Welcome to Podcasting in the Classroom using Canva. I'm Kelli-Ann, an instructional coach from Alberta, Canada, and I can't wait to show how Canva makes podcasting accessible for everyone, even beginners. Today, we're exploring how to use podcasting to transform your classroom into a creative studio in Canva. We're going to take a look at why to use podcasting, curriculum connections, how to use the design suite features such as the template gallery, visual suite, the brand kit, and the recording studio. I even have some key takeaways for you at the end. Why podcasting? Podcasting develops critical 21st century skills in public speaking, storytelling, research, and digital literacy. Students can use the art of creating podcasts to share their voices and take ownership of their learning through an authentic audience. I encourage you to check out this Canva Work Kit, How to Produce a Podcast, for in-depth information to structure a series of lessons from brainstorming to script writing. Check out the resource using the link there. There are so many possible ways to connect your curriculum to engaging podcast ideas. Check out a more detailed handout of podcast ideas by subject area at bit.ly/podcast topics 4-12. Let's first begin by designing our podcast cover in Canva. We'll take a look at how to use the template gallery, good digital organization skills, how to customize your template to your own design and theme, and finally, how to level up by adding a school logo using the brand kit. Let's get started. Navigate to the Canva home screen, click on templates, and in the search box, we're going to type in podcast cover. As you scroll, you'll see that there are so many possibilities. Go ahead and select one. Once you've found one that you want to work with, you can click on it and then click on Customize this template to open it in a new project. To customize this podcast cover to include the name of our podcast based on the assignment you've chosen, we'll be able to swap out some images using the Canva library, and we'll take a look at how to use the Design tab to customize the color scheme. But first, let's rename the project by clicking in this top box and type in the name of the assignment for this project. Go ahead and begin to customize. You can click on the boxes to change the text. You can change the font. You can adjust the size. To remove boxes, you can simply highlight them and delete. We can search the Canva library for images or graphics. You can adjust the size and move where they go. And now for my favorite thing. We can use the Design tab, click on Styles, and we can begin to change the color palette. We can even choose to adjust it based on the image that I've added to my project. With the click of a button, you can adjust the theme of this project.
Let's level up this design using the brand kit. If you have a Canva for Education account with premium features, you have access to the brand kit. Once you select the brand kit from the toolbar, you can go ahead and choose one of your logos. Once you've added it to your design, just like any element, you can reposition and resize to suit the project.
Before recording your podcast, you'll want to have a script. Creative content tips to craft your script starts with a good template. Teachers, you can create a template in Canva to focus and guide your students. Use the storytelling arc, creating a hook, a build and the release, how to ask unique questions, and how to leave a cliffhanger for the next episode. Let's take a look at how to use the Visual Suite to take that script and add slides to our project already started to help with our recording. With the new Visual Suite, we can add multiple styles of pages to a simple project. We started with our podcast cover, and using this arrow, I'm going to add a different page type. We're going to select Presentation. Students can add multiple presentation pages to organize their podcast using the topics that you've given to them in the template. It might look like this. Once students have added the key topics that they're going to use to record their podcast, they can begin recording. Click on Uploads and then click on Record Yourself. Instead of a talking head, we're going to record a voiceover to stick with the idea of an audio-only podcast. Click on Record Voiceover, and you'll see that the Record window pops up. You can check your microphone here. We want to navigate our cursor to the slide that we're going to record for, and then click on Record. Wait for the timer, and then begin recording your introduction or your hook. Don't worry that the audio is going to be longer than the slide. When you're finished, click Finish. Once your audio has finished processing, we're going to adjust the slide to match the audio recording. There's two ways to do this. You'll see that the audio recording is 12.4 seconds long. We can navigate to the first slide that it applies to, click on that slide, and in the top toolbar, we can edit the timing. It was 12.4 seconds long. Let's record another clip and see how to adjust it another way. We'll move our cursor to the next slide, click on Uploads, record voiceover. I know that my microphone's working, and click on Record. Wait for the timer to count down, and then begin recording. In this case, students would introduce themselves and maybe the title of the podcast. When they're done, they'll click on Finish. Once it's finished rendering, we're going to adjust the title slide to match the length of the audio. This time the audio is 10 seconds. I'm going to click on that title slide, and I'm going to move my cursor until you can see the double-ended arrow. You can click and drag until it matches, and it will kind of snap into place. Your slide now matches the length of your audio. Repeat this process using the script and the title slides to help your students keep focused. If they make a mistake, it's easy to correct one audio clip in a small segment, opposed to an entire recording of a full-length podcast.
We have some edit features available to us for our audio clips in Canva. Select or highlight the audio clip that you want to edit. We can see the toolbar that popped up at the top here. You can adjust the volume. You can add a fade in or a fade out. And if you have a Canva for Education account, you can use this enhanced voice feature. You also have the ability to clip it at the front or at the back of the recording. Are you ready to level up your podcast by adding audio clips found in the Canva library? Click on Elements. Use a keyword search like introduction, filter by audio, and then you can preview the audio clips by clicking the play button here. I like this one. Simply click on that clip to add it to your project. You probably don't want the whole thing to play in the background. Just like we clipped the others, you can adjust the length of your clip by dragging using the cursor until it's just at the beginning of your podcast. It might sound good to fade out. I'm going to highlight that audio clip, choose fade, and I'm going to fade out for about 2.5 seconds.
Students can personalize these slides by adding graphics or images using the Canva Elements library. When they're finished, they can turn it into you using the share button directly to Canva. They can turn it in. They can use another classroom LMS, or they can even download this project as an MP4 video file. They'll follow the steps to download. You can create a complete podcast all from within one project in the new Visual Suite in Canva. We took a look at how to use the audio-only recording feature to record student voices. We used the Design Suite to create a podcast cover and title slides to focus the recording process. And lastly, we looked at how we can turn our projects in using Canva, another LMS, or digital downloads. Thank you for joining me today. Podcasting is a powerful tool for student expression and learning. If you want to learn more, check out these great resources here. You can find the Canva Podcast Deep Dive in the Help and Resource section from the Canva homepage by searching cheat sheets. Check out the podcast topics to find a variety of ideas in varying subjects from social studies to electives. And lastly, take a look at this Canva podcast playbook to help you design your series of lessons to get started podcasting in your classroom. Bye-bye.